What if I told you that after 3 years of selling on Amazon and selling over millions of dollars on the platform, I think I've just now finally cracked the code to scaling an Amazon business as fast as humanly possible to 6 figures a month in revenue. Obviously, with that comes your profit, but not only just scaling an Amazon business quick, doing it in a way that's very sustainable, a way that's predictable, in a way that's you're safe, you're protected. You can sleep at night because you have a big catalog of products. So what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to go over some of my 8 most important lessons that I wish I would have learned immediately. Now, I did scale my store pretty quick. I was already hitting the 6-figure months by my 9th month selling on the platform. Now, I will say I probably had the system down by maybe my 4th or 6th month, and it wasn't until I was able to get more cash that I was able to jump to these numbers, because the 8th month I did right around 80,000, a little bit more cash, the exact same system, the exact same things I'm going to talk about in today's video, was able to boost my sales pretty much doubled literally within 30 days, because the systems remains the same. That always stays the same. It's just more capital inside the business. So let's go over these things that I wish I would have known. These things, some of these are going to surprise you. There's going to be some stuff on sourcing products, analyzing products, things that if you just pick up right now and you start implementing, it's going to make your life so much easier, but also protecting your assets as you scale, proper systems that you're going to want to implement to actually make this thing a full-time thing for you. So the very first lesson I wish I would have known when I was starting out is high profit does not necessarily always mean a good buy. And this is where a lot of new sellers get confused, or they don't quite understand. They think that just because a product might make them $15 and it's a 40% ROI, it would mean that it's a product that they want to be buying. The first thing I look at when I see a product, and this is something that you want to be doing from now on, is checking up here at the top and seeing if there is at least a 50 plus stamp, okay? 100 plus, 200, 300, 1,000, right? These stamps are indicators from Amazon directly that that product is for sure making sales. So when you see that stamp, you know, guaranteed fact that yes, you can go in there, you can capture some sales, even if you only buy 5 to 10 units, you know that you'll be able to sell through them, because Amazon is strictly, literally telling us point blank that there are sales happening. And also you will see that indicator on Keepa as well. You would see a yellow line right here, it would be right here in the sales rank section, and that's pretty much going to indicate that there's sales happening. And these numbers right here are going to always be pulled directly from this area right here. This listing in particular does not display that. That is one of the crucial things that I look for in pretty much all my listings. Now, I will still sell on listings that don't have the 50 plus stamp minimum. I would go into data, go into offers, and see if I can see any indicators of sellers selling through. And if I do, then I might go in there and buy a couple of units to see. But a product like this, when I check the data tab and I see that there is no indicators of sellers, and I see this offer count starting to peak up, I'm pretty much certain that by the time this product gets checked in, whether that be 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, this price is probably going to end up dropping. And last thing I want is to be sitting on around a 25% ROI by the time I get checked in and inventory just not moving. Okay, I want to be moving through inventory as fast as possible. I want quick churn. As soon as product comes in, I'm pricing competitively and I'm selling that product. I'm getting it out the door and I'm buying new stuff. I'm buying the same products. I'm restocking the winners. That's lesson number 1, okay? I was always looking for crazy profit products when I was starting out, and that's not the way to do it. You want to look for consistent, stable products that are moving. You know, you need at least a 50 plus stamp, and there's going to be different strategies you want to implement depending on your capital. In that situation, I'm going to touch on that at the end. That's going to be our last lesson. If you have lower capital, you need a completely different game plan than if you have high capital. We'll touch on that here shortly. Now, another lesson that you just need to pick up immediately, as soon as you start Amazon, you start finding products, you need to know how to analyze. I'm going to give you the most simple, easiest explanation, analysis, breakdown that's going to help you whenever you find a product that's profitable. So price is going to be impacted always by the amount of offers. So when you have a Keepa chart, right, looking at this, you have your price right here, you have your BSR right here, and then you have your offers right here. The offers is this purple thing right here that's moving up. So these 3 things are always going to indicate price and whether or not you want to buy a product or not. Now, here's how this is going to typically work. Now, this is going to be for arbitrage listings. This doesn't account for wholesale or brand direct listing. This is strictly for online arbitrage listings when we're talking supply and demand and free markets. Okay, that's why you see some listings where the price is up, it's down. It's because it's a free market. There's no map pricing. It's just how many sellers are on there and what's the demand. If the demand's there, the price is going to stay high. If it's not there, then the price is going to fall, and it's going to be indicated by the offer. So you have a Keepa chart, you have your price, you have your BSR, which BSR, can't spell. BSR literally just stands for how many times a product's selling. So back up here when I said 50 plus, that would come from the BSR. And then you have your offers. These are your 3 points of a Keepa chart that are the most important before you even look at buy box, rotation, anything else. Okay, This is pretty common knowledge. As the BSR goes up, price is going to come down. Sorry, I said that wrong. As the offers go up, price is going to come down. As the offers come down, price is going to go up. And I'm going to show you some examples of this happening. Now, this is very common. I'm sure you probably already know this. It's very standard. Obviously, offers come up, price comes down. Offers go down, price goes up. Now, to the extent of how bad the price is going to fall as the offers go up, completely depends on the BSR. So if a product is selling really, really fast, okay, for example, let's say a product sells 1,000 times a month. Even if the offers go up 20 or 30, the price might not fall too bad because everyone's getting sales because there's plenty of sales to go around. But if that product only sells 50 times a month, then if the offers go from 10 to 20, you best believe that that price is definitely going to fall a lot. So you need to have more ROI baked into your buy if you see the offer count spiking and the price or the product sells slow. Okay, this is just very basic analysis fundamentals, and I'm going to show you what that looks like on this chart right here. As you see the offer count come up, you see a clear downtrend in the price. As the offers begin to fall, the price slowly begins to kind of trick back up right here as it's falling down. And then right here again, we see another increase in the offers, price starting to start to fall again. And as the offers are starting to level out, this price is slowly starting to tweak back up. And in my opinion, I suspect that this is going to start to jump pretty substantially here shortly, because again, look at this. This yellow line is how fast it's selling. You can see that back here was selling 50 a month. Then it was selling about 200, 300, 500, and then right here it's about 500, and now it looks like it's selling about 1,000 times a month. So this must be a very Q4 type product. So we would expect this price to begin to trick back out, especially as these offers are falling. Okay, if we look at this next chart here, this is a very, very clear indicator of a free market arbitrage product. You have a BSR that's pretty much standard throughout the whole entire year, 300, 200, 100. It's right around the same-ish type BSR throughout a whole year, but you can clearly see as the offers come up, price comes down. As the offers flatten, price is flat. As it drops, price goes up, right? So it's a clear correlation completely throughout this whole entire thing, right? As it's flat right here, you see the price is very flat. So if I'm buying a product and I'm profitable in this range and I see that the offer count is starting to fall back down, I am very, very confident buying that product, because if I'm profitable here at the low end, it's likely going to go up as the offers fall. So I'm going to make even more money by the time that product gets checked in. This is very simple, easy to explain terms of what you look for when you're analyzing a product. If you keep these things in mind, you're going to make much better buying decisions. And this is something I wish I would have just seen a video on this exact breakdown when I was starting out. It would have made analysis so much easier versus everyone telling you to go look at the buy box, go look at this, go look at that, all these different things. Like, yeah, those are important and you consider them, but this is the bulk of the meat. This is like what really matters. Then you can go ahead and take a look at the offers, that the offer is falling to confirm more sales, buy box split just to make sure there's smaller sellers and everyone else is getting rotation. You can look at those things later once you do this full thorough analysis. Now, another lesson comes to sourcing, okay? And before we can even touch on some of the sourcing methods that you should be implementing as a new seller, we got to talk about this, which is very important, is arbitrage opportunities, okay? A lot of new sellers will see a listing, okay, pretend this is a listing, pretend this is a listing. These stars are the offers. So this listing has 2 offers on it. This listing has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offers on it. New seller would look at these 2 listings and be like, well, I don't want to sell on this one. This one has 10 people selling. I'd much rather sell on this listing that has 2 offers on it. And here's the thing. Us arbitrage sellers, we don't have any special agreements, right? We are just buying products online for cheaper and selling them for more on Amazon. So if you see a listing with 2 offers on them, what do you think? Why do you think that listing wouldn't have more offers on it if it's profitable? Either there's a couple different things that could be wrong with that listing. Either the brand selling it, they have an authorized seller selling it, the website you're buying from is fake, or the product you found is not the same product and there's something off about it. Versus if I see a listing that has 10 offers on it and it still has a very flat offer count, it's higher offers, but it's pretty flat, and I see the price is somewhat up or it's not trending down, it's flat, I know that that's a much higher arbitrage opportunity product that I want to look into and try and find profitably online, versus trying to dig for a product like this online, sitting there for an hour digging for that one product. You're going to look forever. You're wasting your time. You're not looking at arbitrage opportunities. Rather, you look at arbitrage opportunities like this that have offers that's going to be much easier for you to find it profitably, and you're actually going to be able to find it profitably. You find a lot of products like that, and that's how you begin to develop your storefront. So it's very easy to come across arbitrage opportunities. This is why we have a tool like Keep a Product Finder, where we can literally just do searches for products. And a simple search would just be throwing in a couple offers, maybe throwing in 10 offers and looking through different categories, and then trying to find products that are somewhat flat or somewhat trending up, right? That will put you in a situation where other people are selling it, which means that you can also probably sell it. That would be considered an arbitrage opportunity that I would be looking into, and you should be looking into if you're trying to find more products for your Amazon store. When I was starting out too, if I would have known this lesson, I was just looking through the fast moving products with the lowest competition, thinking that that's what I needed to sell, when in reality, that's just not how it works. You're going to be looking forever. And that's why most new beginners struggle. They're like, nothing works. Nothing is profitable. It's because, yeah, you're looking at products that are sold by the brand. Of course, it's not going to be profitable. You got to find arbitrage opportunities. This is what you want to do. So getting into some sourcing lessons, if I'm starting out and I'm brand new, there's really 3 main ones that come to mind. Everything else is just a bunch of talk and people want to just sell you the different software. This is all you need to make money. I mean, in reality, you really only need this one, but I'm going to touch on all of them here because they all play a role. Reverse sourcing is the easiest for rookies, okay? Keep a product finder you want to eventually introduce when you kind of learn the market. And then sales is more for experienced. This is like when you already know of certain sales that run monthly and you can capitalize on them long term. So let's say this product is on sale every single month. This week you pick that up, and every single week of that month you're buying that product, keeping it in stock for a month, you're restocking it, right? Obviously you're gonna have a competitive advantage there, and this is usually where you'll find your listings that sell fast and are very profitable. It's gonna be from these types of listings that you source. But you source sales with KPF. So you have to learn KPF first before you can really start diving into that. So we do reverse sourcing to begin to learn the market. We see what other people sell. We're like, okay, these are good products. We can look into these brands. Then when we come across those opportunities with reverse sourcing, we can throw those brands inside of Keep a Product Finder and find more listings of the same brand that we already found from reverse sourcing, but then we turn that one listing into 5 or 10 listings, right? That's how you're going to grow your catalog, is with the KPF method, Keep a Product Finder, which is this, right? We generate lists like that. So we would take these sourcing methods. With both of these sourcing methods, we're going from Amazon to Google. So we're not looking at products for cheap on Google and going to Amazon. We're going from listings on Amazon that are arbitrage opportunities that we found with these methods, and then we're going straight to Google. Okay, so this is quickly how you're going to begin to start finding sales that you can also dig into. And now we're going from sale to Amazon. So at this point, we would be doing the flip. We'd be looking at products that are on sale and taking them to Amazon. We could throw those exact same products, again, into Keep a Product Finder. This is where it comes into play. So we're pretty much going reverse sourcing, learn the market, KPF, maximize that product we found. We're going to Google always when we're doing sourcing. We find those sales, we take those sales, we throw those sales into Keep a Product Finder, and we find more opportunities, more products. That's how you're developing that big, wide frame catalog that I'm always talking about. It's literally that simple. Keep these sourcing methods in mind and practice them. If you're new, just practice this one. And that's how you're going to begin to develop those skills and start finding those products. Another lesson I wish I would have known, I wasted months of tactical arbitrage and all these other tools where, yeah, they work if you already know what you're looking for. So yeah, if you already know sales, then you could throw those into tactical arbitrage and go in there and begin making money. But if you're brand new and you're trying to use these tools like TA, Nepeto, where you have no idea what you're looking for, it's a big waste of time. Which leads me to my next lesson, which is developing a product generating system as fast as you possibly can. Okay, so it boils down to these 2 methods up here, which is what you are. You're the green. You do reverse sourcing, KPF. You find products, you analyze them, the ones that meet your criteria, you throw them into your little catalog here, and you have products all over the place. Some make you 1,000 a month, some make you 50 a month, 800, 600. The combination of your big storefront is where you're producing that cash flow, which would be whatever goal you have in mind, which is whatever money you decide to invest into inventory. That is the bulk of your sourcing. But then you also develop a VA, right, through a properly vetted SOP. You hire a good VA to come on, and let's say they send you 8 products a day, but only 2 of them are good, and then some days 3 of them, some days 6 of them. So you do your sourcing. You spend $600 a day from your VA. Okay, you spend about $300 a day from your sourcing, and then you also have old listings that maybe you didn't restock for a little bit, but 3 months later they're profitable again because you're tracking it with Keepa. You see that it's profitable, so you go in and buy more, and now you're also spending another $300 a day on products from your old store. So now you only had to source $300, and you have more products coming in, old listings, VA listings, and now you're spending a combined total of $1,200 easily every single day, which is going to be yielding you right around that $2,400 a day in sales, which is probably going to be profiting you right around $400 to $600 a day in profit every single day on autopilot repeats, because now you develop this system. Okay, this is something you want to be building out quick, as fast as you can. Start looking at VAs as soon as you start picking up analysis, right? You can't be jumping straight to this until you learn the business first. which is analysis and how to find your own products. But once you do, you want to start developing this as fast as you possibly can, because that's when you're going to really start automating this whole system. And this is what I helped Eric do. This is his 4th month, already producing $40,000 worth of revenue. He's actually doing about 4K a day right now. He's probably on track to do right around 60K for December, which is huge. And again, this is just his 4th month, going on to the 5th month. So what we did, we got on, we found products together, taught him all the sourcing, all the analysis, and we were quickly able to implement this system because he picked it up so fast. He's a quick learner. He also worked extremely hard, put in a ton of hours to make this thing work. And these are types of results you can expect if you actually commit to it and put the work in and build out this system fast, okay, in an efficient way. That is obviously the whole goal with this whole Amazon thing, is simply just to cash flow, right? I'm not here to tell you that you're going to be a millionaire from Amazon, but I am here to tell you that if you're looking to make some extra money, there's no reason you can't develop a system like this over the next several months to get to a point where you can cash flow an extra 3K a month, 5K a month, 10K a month, 15K, depending on what you want to invest in inventory and how hard you really want to take it. Okay, the same system at 3K profit is the same system at 10K profit. It's just more money into the products that you're already selling. So this leads me to another thing, which again goes back to this system, is building that sustainable approach. Okay, there's these rules are extremely important, and I want to go over these. I'm going to make a much more in-depth video on all these rules because I think they're so important. But rule number 1 is having an extremely wide catalog. Okay, and this leads me to no brand dominance. Okay, you see a lot of people that only sell Nike or Adidas or these one brands, and I don't know if you guys have seen lately, but there's been this whole new gating thing where people are getting regated on listings and brands as a whole. And this happens during Q4 sometimes. And they're literally getting hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of inventory tied up, and there's nothing they can do about it. Okay, this is one of the biggest reasons why we play the sustainable way and why we build it in a way where we have such a big catalog and so many different brands and products, is because if this happens, you are completely out. I mean, I can't even fathom how terrible that'd be, and it sucks. And I can't even relate to it because it's insane. And I want to make sure you guys that watch my videos don't get tied up in something like that where you're so fixated and you're so obsessed with your one product that makes you a bunch of money and you put all your eggs in that, and then next thing you know, it folds under and there's nothing you could do. Versus if you were to just have some products invested in like Nike and then have some other products in Maybelline or whatever other brands you sell, right? A bunch of smaller brands too. You're much more risk averse. If anything happens, it's not a big deal. It's a very small percentage of your business where you can continue to cash flow, cut it out, and put it right back into some more products. Which leads me to the next situation, which is shallow buys, right? We want to move through product within at least 30 days. I don't want inventory sitting in Amazon for 90 days, 100 days. No, I want to get it sent in, sell through in case anything happens within those 30 days. If I get an IP, if I get regated, if the brand tells me to get off, if whatever happens, I can easily get through those products and it's okay. I'll move on. It's done. I cut it out and I put it back in more things. This leads me to the next thing, which is we have daily spend goals or weekly spend goals. So if I can stick to this every single day, if I can just tell myself I need to spend $200 every single day, that's about $1,400 every single week. That's about $6,000 a month. If I can just spend $6,000 every single month, which is much easier broken up into a daily basis versus trying to do it all at once, then I know I can generate about $12,000 worth of revenue. And again, as long as I'm going shallow on my buys, I'm not focusing on one product only, and I'm going very wide, I'm going to move through and I'm going to sell through that $12,000 easily within a 30-day period. And that's going to give me my profit, which in this case is probably going to be right around $2,000. You spend $6K, you make $2K. And you repeat the process and you scale it, and that's how you're going to control your income. Okay, another thing is no overstock. Okay, a lot of people, you might hear it, like they invest long-term into like Legos or something, right? I'm not a fan of this. I'd much rather just be selling through my product immediately. I don't want to sit on $50,000 worth of inventory if I can just turn that $50K 4 times instead of just sitting on it, right? It's just my thing. If I'm going to invest in stuff, I'd much rather just invest in like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or something else. I'm not going to be investing in Legos because a lot of people also got regated in Legos. That's the last thing I would want to experience. And again, this is just my opinion. I know a lot of people like doing those things, and by all means. However, that's not my thing. Next thing is targeting small brands. And again, we can do this with that KPF method up here. We can target those smaller brands that don't really have too many offers on them. These are going to be much more, how can I say it, more replenishable, I guess, long term. Now, please please know, not every product you sell is going to be replenishable, and that's okay. And with OA, it's not going to be the case. You're not going to be replenishing 80% of your catalog. But that is why we do this system right here, is because this is what's sustainable and predictable, not your one listing that you rely solely on. That's not going to be replenishable. And again, no ASIN attachment. If you get regated on Nike socks and you have $100,000 worth of Nike socks, you are literally screwed. That's why we don't do that. And the other thing that must be noted here is the fact that this is going to take time, okay? In the beginning, everyone wants to just develop this system immediately, but that's not the case. You have to learn the business. You have to learn how to analyze. There's no getting around this. You have to learn how to source. There's no getting around this, because even if you get a VA to send you products, you got to analyze their products. You can't just trust what they're telling you. You got to know how to analyze it, and you got to show them how you want to source, right? Once you can do that and you learn the business, then you build the systems. This, again, is getting the VA on board and tracking all of your other orders that you place and looking through old products that are resurfacing. That's the system. Scaling with capital is once you can easily invest $10,000 into product and you turn it to about $20,000, and now you're profiting about $3,000 to $4,000. Then it's literally the same exact system over and over again, except this time you invest $20K, and then again you double that, so now you're cash flowing $8,000. But you're still going shallow, you're still going really wide, and you are still not over leveraging any one brand. And then that's where the magic comes. That is when you begin to cash flow. And what's going on? That is when you begin to cash flow, and you can really begin to step out and build, put more things around it to a point where you just make money and you can invest it into other things. You could do other things you want to do, right? That's the whole point of this business. Again, like I said, I'm not here to say you're going to become a millionaire from Amazon. You probably won't reselling brand name stuff online. It's just plain and simple, but you can definitely cash flow. Okay, so anyone telling you you're going to become a millionaire from wholesale or OA is lying to you, but they're not lying to the point that it is easy to do relatively compared to other business models, but it still does take time to learn. And the whole goal of this, I'll say it again, I'm always saying in all my videos, is simply to cash flow. We're not building an asset to sell. That is not, you can't do that with this business model. So, I mean, you can, I guess, but not really. You really can't. Anyone that's telling you they can, I don't know what they're trying to tell you. They're trying to sell you something. However, another thing to note, daily routine is key. For me, I had a lot of time to invest into this. I was fortunate enough for that. It was prep products daily in the morning, source $1,500 worth of product, get those products delivered from UPS, prep them the next morning, repeat the process over and over again. And that is exactly how I was able to do it. Now, I have another topic here, but I figured this would be better one to save for a different video, maybe for the next video, is low capital versus high capital, the different game plans. So if you have less money to start with, what you want to do versus if you have a lot of money to start with, a different approach you'd want to do. I think I'm going to save that for a different video. I think we touched on a lot of points here in terms of building a sustainable OA business here. And these are the 8 things that I really wish I would have known as soon as I was starting out. I think it would have been easier for me to scale, because when I was scaling to this number here, I was literally working 8 hours a day nonstop. And I know not everyone is fortunate enough to be in that situation where they can do that, which is why I'm making this video, to show you the things that you must be focused on if you want to get there even quicker than I was able to, and you have less time to work with. So if any of this stuff sounds cool to you and you want my personal help implementing all of this for yourself, you want me to help build you this product generating system, show you how to analyze, how to source. These are things that we do and I do with my students on live Zoom calls. Literally with Eric, we jump on Zoom, we found products together, we built out a store, and then he was able to implement it himself after, because he just saw me do it. It made sense because it's easy. It's not that complicated, but he was doing it the right way. He hired his VA through our proven SOP system. And now, again, he's at that stage where he's just cash flowing, and he has other businesses he runs as well. This is just one of them. So if that sounds interesting to you, there's a Zoom link down below. Apologies. It's a Calendly link down below. Feel free to book in a call. We'll chat. I'll just give you a demo of what that looks like, show you some examples, and just break down the way that I schedule things. And if it sounds like a good fit and I actually think that I can help you out and you are actually a good fit, then I'll offer it up and we'll see if we got started. If not, though, that is cool. Go through my YouTube videos. I have a ton of videos on here that go over a bunch of these things in depth. And I hope everyone has a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys next week.